Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update, sponsored by Tax Network USA, America's #1 choice for tax resolution. Please go to tnusa.com/bill or call 800-245-6000. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It's Tuesday, August 13th, 2024. Here's what's happening today in America. Sue the DOJ. LA earthquake. Red Sox ban, and breaking won't be back. It's all coming up. Then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, Donald Trump is going to take legal action against the Department of Justice due to the raid of his Mar-a-Lago estate in Florida. That was August 8th, 2022. He's planning to sue the department for $100 million in damages. He said the FBI conducted a, quote, deep and ugly search of his son Barron's room, and Melania had to buy a fresh wardrobe after the agents, quote, contaminated her clothes while searching her room. A 4.4 magnitude earthquake hit LA. It was only 7.5 miles deep, so it was felt over a very long distance, even though 4.4 isn't that intense. It'll shake a house, but nothing will fall off the shelves, probably. But it was enough for the LA Fire Department from all 106 stations, to go out and do an earthquake damage survey. A Boston Red Sox all-star outfielder, Jarren Duran, has been suspended for 2 games because he walked to the plate. He was heckled by a fan, and he said back to the fan under his breath, but enough that a microphone picked it up, "Shut up, you F word," and then the other F word. Which other F word? Well, the pay that he would have received for those 2 games will be donated to the LGBTQ plus group, the Federation of Parents and Friends of Lesbians and Gays organization. The new Olympic sport of breaking is no longer going to be in the Olympics. Did you see the woman from Australia? Total embarrassment. She's a 36-year-old university lecturer. And it was the first time anyone watching the Olympics has ever said, well, I could do that. Her research interests include breaking, street dance, and hip-hop culture. Her PhD thesis focused on the intersection of gender and Sydney's breaking culture. And when her performance was roundly mocked, the General Secretary of the World Dance Sport Federation said he was worried by the response on social media, saying that should not happen in our world. Something is going in the wrong direction. Like it's our fault she was so horrible and obviously needed to be mocked. But how dare you mock her? Breaking will not be in the LA Olympics. Cricket is going to make a comeback for the first time since 1900. So will baseball, softball, lacrosse, flag football, and squash. But no more breakdancing. Bill O'Reilly could have beaten that woman from Australia. He has your message of the day. Next.
Are you feeling the impact of recent timeshare industry changes? Now more than ever, the costs of timeshare ownership far outweigh the benefits. My friends at Lone Star Transfer are the only company I trust to help you get out. Our listeners' positive feedback demonstrates why I've supported the company for years. For more than a decade, they have helped over 20,000 owners get out of the timeshare. Their exclusive options can help you get out faster and easier, more than any other option in the country. They are the only company that will give you a written guarantee and release you from your timeshare in a specific time frame. With an A+ rating at the Better Business Bureau and thousands of 5-star reviews, customer service is their top priority. For free consultation and a guaranteed solution, please call 855-551-7066. That's 855-551-7066, or go to LoneStarTransfer.com. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Tuesday, as you know, if you follow my news analysis, perhaps the weakest part of the American voting profile is that many folks simply believe what they want to believe, and facts have little to do with decision making. It is beyond any doubt that the anti-Trump vote is driven by personal emotion. Millions of Americans just don't like him. That overwhelms Trump's actual policies while he was in office. So keeping that in mind, what do Kamala Harris's supporters want to believe? Let's consider the question without partisan propaganda. It is difficult to zero in on what the vice president's vision for America really is. She is certainly not a problem solver. Her 4 years in the Senate certifies that. Yes, she's liberal, but what does that mean? What do her supporters believe she will do for them and the nation? It cannot be bringing people together, Ms. Harris is a champion of equity, as is Joe Biden. The equity position of favoring certain groups for more opportunity is absolutely not a uniting proposition. Do Harris supporters believe that it is? How about inflation? Vice President Harris supports colossal government spending, which will never bring inflation down. Do Kamala fans know that? I could list a dozen more policies, and I could list them on the Republican side too. But I still don't know why any voter would believe that Kamala Harris can improve America. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. You can reach me, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, Bill at BillO'Reilly.com, name and town if you wish to opine. All right, let's go to the mail. We got Bruce. He says, I'm losing count of the number of women I've heard say I'm voting for Kamala because she is a woman. Really? Well, same thing happened with Hillary Clinton. Some people vote gender. Some people vote skin color. That's it. Nothing you can do about it. Les, when does a far-left Democrat become a socialist? It all has to do with private property. So if you believe, if you're a progressive liberal, and you believe you have a right to my private property in any way, you can take it, you're socialist. That's the line. George Albert, Williamsville, New York. I'm seeing a lot of online comments that the Harris-Walz crowd sizers are computer generated. What do you and your crack staff think? We don't think anything. We don't care. I don't care about crowd size. It's stupid. I don't care how big Trump's crowd is or Kamala's crowd. It means nothing. It means nothing. Trump overwhelmed Biden in 2020 on crowd size. It wasn't even close. And Biden won. Okay, we don't do trivial pursuits here, George. Only important stuff. Glenn Glazier, Windsor Locks, Connecticut, just finished watching your interview with Victor Davis Hanson. Both of you express your thoughts brilliantly. Given that you know Donald Trump personally, is there any way you can gently twist his arm and get him to consult with either Hanson or you? I would never do that. Why would I do that? I'm not going to intrude on anybody like that. If Donald Trump or Barack Obama or George W. Bush want to know something, they can get me, and I'll tell them the truth. That's my job as an American. In a moment, something you might not know. Is your finance software not cutting it? Check out Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card and spend management software designed to help you save time and money. Ramp gives finance teams unprecedented control and insight into expenses. With Ramp, you're able to issue cards to every employee with limits and restrictions and automate expense reporting so you can stop wasting time at the end of every month. Ramp is very easy to use, saves you money, whether you have 5 or 5,000 employees. Businesses save an average of 5% the first year. Right now, you can get $250 when you join Ramp. Just go to ramp.com/no-spin. Ramp.com/no-spin. Please note, cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members FDIC, terms and conditions apply. Now the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. Vice presidential candidate Tim Walz under attack from the Trump campaign over his military record. Last week, Senator J.D. Vance accused the Minnesota governor of stolen valor, a term given to imposters who deceive about military service. Here are the facts. Governor Walz joined the Army National Guard at the age of 17, served 24 years in various units, including National Disaster Response and Artillery. He was deployed to Italy in 2003 to support the war on terror. In August 2005, the Pentagon mobilized his artillery unit for deployment in Iraq. But Walz retired before that deployment, returning to the USA to run for Congress. Since then, the governor has made some dubious claims about his military service. When commenting on gun control in 2018, Walz said the following, quote, we can make sure those weapons of war that I carried in war are only carried in war, unquote. Well, the Harris campaign has now released the following statement. In making the case for why weapons of war should never be on our streets or in our classrooms, the governor misspoke. That is a quote. Well, over the weekend, another video surfaced showing Walz implying he suffers from PTSD.
I can tell you this, having been one of those that came back, we were in support of OEF, but sitting in there with OIF veterans, when we came back, they showed us the horse whisperer and told us to be nice when we went home. And that was the extent of it. That was in 2004.
Well, if you're confused, you're not alone. Walz came back from Italy. So those are the facts. Stolen valor, very serious. And I think we should take our time in assessing whether the governor did anything very wrong. It is looking like he did not report his military service accurately. Back after this. Everything is expensive these days, you know that. The government is printing trillions of dollars and consumer prices higher than ever. If the government continues its printing and spending, the dollar could continue its free fall, but there are a few things you can do right now. American Hartford Gold can show you how to protect your money, your retirement, your hard-earned savings against inflation by helping you diversify a portion of your portfolio into physical gold and silver. Start with a short phone call, and they can have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your 401k or IRA. So please call or text them right now. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. For more news and honest analysis, please go to BillO'Reilly.com. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.